Well, thanks for popping in, and yeah, just out here in the Swan Valley. It's a bit cool. It's about 12 degrees, and I've only done about 21 k's on the bike so far on that new look bike, and yeah, it's a little bit cool for me. I know I'm a bit of a softie, but I mean, some of the northern parts of the world, they would say that's a beautiful day, but there's a lot of dew around, and it's for Australians 12 degrees is starting to get a little bit cool. There's not many people out, and there's not many shops open, but I found this little cafe here, so I've got myself a coffee, soy latte, 2 sugars, and I've got some pancakes coming. They normally don't allow you to sit here, but because I'm the only person around, it's by nature social distancing. Anyway, just about the bike. So first impressions, I mean, 20 k's on it so far, pretty much first impressions. That would come to mind, a word that just pops into my head is smooth. It's, I didn't really think this integrated seat post with elastomer moulding and this rubberized boot in the headset would really do much, but it actually does. It feels like you're riding on a very smooth road when you're not. I've got 23mm tyres on deep dish Reynolds tubulars, and those wheels are pumped up to 90 on the front and 100 on the back. I mean, I'm a big rider, but normally I would have them 10 psi lower than that, normally for just my riding to work. But it feels much more smoother than my Colnago C60 when the tyre pressures are 10 psi lower. It's actually pretty impressive, the ride quality on it. I never would have thought it would make that much difference, but it does. It really soaks up those kind of micro jitters that you feel in the road. The other thing that I've noticed, I mean, I haven't really pushed it, I've just been cruising. The other thing I've noticed, the front end is really quite rigid. It feels like the bike it's just really kind of stable. I don't know, I don't know the word. It's stable probably is the way. It feels stable, but I mean, of course, it's not any more stable, but it just gives you that impression that when you turn, or you turn the handlebars to go around a corner, you don't seem to get that kind of nature that you get with some bikes, where it kind of gets to a point that tends to turn in more or tends to turn in less. The Colnago is very good for that as well, but this bike I think is got a slight edge on it. I'd probably rate this bike just from the 20 k's. It's very close. It feels very similar to the Colnago C60, but the smoothness and that just really takes it to a next level. So considering I bought this bike unseen, unridden, I'm very happy with the purchase. So far so good. It's not making any funny noises. Normally with a new bike you get all sorts of little quirks with them that you've got to sort out. The only thing I've had to sort out is the seat post, which on the first riding home just moved all over the place, but I've got that sorted. And the only other thing that's making a bit of a noise is my rear wheel, but that's just a little extension that's on the tubular going tick 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 in the carbon rim, which is for people who ride deep dish wheels, it's a little problem. I normally put a little blob of Celastic on them to stop that, but I think last time I took the tyre out and put a new tyre on, I'd run out of Celastic, so I didn't put any on, so I have to put up with the clicking. Well, anyway, that's first impressions, and I'm just going to finish my coffee here, and when we get a bit further down the road, I'll give you some more updates.
Well, just went a few more kilometres, and I stopped up at this beautiful place. It's a Noongar traditional place here in WA, and Noongar are the traditional Aboriginals in West Australia. And it's just looking down over onto the Swan River, and they've actually put up some beautiful Aboriginal artwork that's up here, and putting some nice paths and everything like that. It's right next to the road here, the West Swan Road that's in the Swan Valley. So quite a lovely spot. So I thought I'd just stop and just get a couple of pictures and have a little bit of a break, and also talk to you guys some more. So the bike's really feeling lovely. It really has that top end bike feel. Once you start to get up to about 30-35 kilometers an hour, just gets that real kind of, you're just zooming along sort of feel, which obviously is just a feel. It doesn't mean that the bike's quick or anything like that, but the bike is really beautiful to ride. It's actually more than I expected, and I'm a sort of, if you've watched some of my other videos, I'm one of those sort of people that's probably a little bit more pessimistic than maybe I should be. So, you know, if I see something that's not working on a bike or whatever, you know, I'm mentioning it. You know, I like things to work. I like engineering to be done properly, and this bike's actually pretty impressive. So, you know, look is just, well, this bike actually that I'm riding, it does seem to really have that slight edge. And of course, I mean, when it comes to bikes, I mean, it's incremental differences, incremental. Okay guys, so I'm just going to get back on the bike and do some more riding.
Well, I've got the seat post off again to try and remedy the slipping of the seat. I've got some tubular double-sided tape which I've put underneath that slidable clamp. I've also put some tubular double-sided tape on the clamping device itself that goes around the rails of the seat. And I'm going to put some thread lock in that nut that you see there in the middle of that clamping device. And that is the Loctite 243 that I'm using. And hopefully it's going to keep that seat right there in place. And there's the finished product with the tubular tape in the critical clamping parts.
Yeah!